What do people mean when they talk about high stakes fantasy versus low stakes fantasy? Well, the stakes in fantasy are very different from the stakes in a lot of other books. A lot of other genres would consider does the character survive pretty high stakes, but in fantasy, no, that's not that high at all. Because in fantasy, high stakes is will the universe survive? Will the death worm eat the entire world? Will humanity be wiped off the face of the planet by evil vampires? That's high stakes fantasy. Mid-range fantasy is the stuff like, will this character survive? Will they be able to save this small neighborhood? Will they even be able to save this city? Things like that are mid-range stakes. And low-stakes fantasy are things that don't necessarily involve death. Like, if you're only worried about will this character find a place where he feels comfortable? Will this character actually be able to settle down in this community? Will this character be able to keep his job and save this safe place that he's found on this tiny island in the Cerulean Sea? That's low stakes fantasy. So a good example, House on the Cerulean Sea is pretty low stakes. Mid-range stakes is things like The Hobbit. And high stakes is things like Lord of the Rings. So that's what people mean when they're talking about the stake levels in fantasy.